Predictably, Trump's cases against James Comey, Letitia James, have been dismissed. Hooray. You know, I know and you know that Trump wants to become a dictator, but let's face facts. He's so incompetent. How incompetent is he? He's so incompetent that he can't even jail his political enemies. I mean, he's failing Dictator 101. Now, yeah, that's a Borscht Belt joke, but a bum. But it does point out something important. I'll tell you why. I know a lot of people fear Donald Trump. I'm not one of them. He's too old, too incompetent, too dumb. He's been a failure his entire life. Wasted his daddy's money until he became a reality TV star. And now he's president and he's failing again. I've always felt that Trump could be beaten, that he would never fully become a dictator. Not because he didn't want to, not because our system is so great that it protects us. He's found all the holes in the system. I'll get to that in a bit. But because fundamentally, his entire life, he's been an incompetent loser. He can be beaten. He will be beaten. You know, he may die in office because he's old, doesn't take care of himself, and has a lot of physical problems. But what he does point to is that we do have holes in the system. And while I don't fear Trump, I do fear the next guy. My parents were Holocaust survivors. They always told me again and again that America would turn to a dictatorship. They weren't happy about that. And I always said, no, because Americans never follow a mob. They always beat to their own drum. We found out with Trump that's not true. My parents were right. An angry American mob can catapult a charismatic cult figure into the White House. But my worry is not about Donald Trump. It's about the next guy who's not going to be as incompetent, not going to be as dumb, and not going to be as old as Donald Trump. The next guy will succeed where Trump is failing unless we plug the holes that Trump and his team have found. And when Trump leaves, we better start filling those holes quickly. We're going to have to erect laws and amend the Constitution so that the next dictator wannabe faces far more barriers than Donald Trump. Barriers like felons can't be elected president, no big money in presidential elections, term limits for Supreme Court justices, eliminate the Electoral College, all that and more. Because if we don't do that, the next guy, and it's gonna be a guy, will succeed where Trump failed. And yeah, we will have a long-term dictatorship in America.